Hello, my name is Cesar Daniel Rojas Ferrer, and I am a researcher at Hitachi in Tokyo, Japan, and I will be presenting on behalf of Dr. Sanjay Kumar Dwivedi and Dr. Takayuki Fujiwara our work in progress effectiveness of avatar-guided instructions and feedback in the server repair and maintenance task. In our modern world, we commonly find servers at the core of the networking implementations in industrial settings. When it comes to the maintenance and repair of such equipment, new technicians rely on paper-based manuals for their training and education. This may not be the most effective way of doing things because the workers, when they are dealing with minute manual manipulations, they need to look away from their task, check the manual, read the instructions, and then go back to the task at hand. To solve this problem, we propose utilizing instead AR devices overlaying the relevant information, telling them what to do, when to do, and how to do it. So we propose utilizing an avatar-based support system, utilizing spatially accurate hand-pointing gestures to identify the target, and utilizing voice feedback from the avatar to give complementary information and also reassuring messages that may help create better a sense of togetherness. To evaluate the effectiveness of our proposal, we gathered 11 inexperienced participants when it comes to server-related work. We asked them to perform the same task on a server utilizing both the traditional paper-based manuals and also our avatar-based system. To measure their perceived mental workload, we utilized the NASA TLX questionnaire, which is widely considered a gold standard in this type of research works. A typical server rack has several different types of equipment crammed together, quite frequently in the same space, such as patch panels, switches, and hubs. For this specific experiment, we chose a dummy model equipment that is quite commonly utilized for training new technicians in this type of work. The task requires the technician to plug out certain Ethernet cables from some specific ports in a predefined sequence. If the worker fails to recognize what port is the main target, then he cannot perform the work well. Therefore, identifying spatially what equipment is the target and what is the specific area where I should be focused on is quite important. When it comes to the system workflow itself, the avatar first starts by introducing himself properly, as an expert would do, as a human person would do, in front of the user, and then proceeds to instruct what is going to be the task of the day to the user. Then the avatar moves to the side of the user and points at the specific port that the user is supposed to be plugging out the cable from, and then the user can focus in the specific port and proceed to plug out the cable. As we can see, it's quite visually easy to understand where the user should be focusing on and where he should be plugging out the aforementioned cable. For the paper-based instructions, the user didn't have the avatar this time around, and he just had to focus on this paper and read instruction by instruction where is the target area and what is the port number that he needs to plug out the cable from. Once the work was done, and the questionnaires were performed, then we found out that there was a statistically significant difference between utilizing the manual and avatar, with the manual condition exerting a higher mental workload when compared to our avatar proposal. Our preliminary results suggest that implementing our avatar-based solution, we can help to reduce the mental workload from trainees when compared to traditional paper-based manuals. This can lead to a better quality of work and finally to a better quality of life. We're also aware of the limitations of our current work, such as the simplicity of the task, meaning plugging out the cable from a port may not be the most complex task that you can find in such an environment. So trying a different task in the future could be good. Also, the lower number of subjects is a limitation, and the limited comparison material that we utilized, meaning the type of manual that we presented may not be the most effective and easy to understand. We will address these limitations in future studies and continue our work forward. Thank you for your attention.